We shall also participate in the case lodged by the ATM in the Electoral Court. We shall leave no stone unturned. Regarding the current political situation, we need to educate our people that there is no government. We need to educate our people that there is no government of national unity in South Africa. There is a white-led unholy alliance between the DA and the ANC of Ramaphosa. It is sponsored by big business. It is for the benefit of the markets and not the people. It must be crushed before it finds its feet. The media is also selling the story of a government of national unity when they know that there is no such thing. I know because I was part of the leadership which introduced Let it be clear to all our people that at 40%, the ANC of Ramaphosa had a choice to listen to the people and team up with those fighting for the total liberation of our people and the return of the land, or team up with those who stand for racism, white supremacy, backwardness, land theft, Zionism, and other ends. They chose to go to bed with the racists. By doing so, the ANC of Ramaphosa has defined itself outside progressive forces of change. It has defined itself against the majority of the oppressed. The ANC of Ramaphosa must be treated as part of the problem and no longer as part of the solution. However, the door is always open for the real ANC to be welcomed back in the progressive fold. I think I need to repeat this so it's clear. I state, by doing so, the ANC of Ramaphosa has defined itself outside of the progressive forces of change. It has also defined itself against the majority of the oppressed. The ANC of Ramaphosa must be treated as part of the problem and no longer part of the solution. We also want to dispel the DA-ANC propaganda that the MK party is part of those that are against the Constitution. In everything we do, we follow the Constitution. However, we believe that the Constitution must be amended to allow for the return of land and to give a much bigger role to Parliament, which is made up of democratically elected representatives of the people rather than unelected judges. Section 44 of the Constitution gives the National Assembly unlimited power to amend the Constitution. Parliamentary sovereignty, which is practiced in the many democratic countries, is a normal prevalent form of government. I promise to address the nation soon after meeting the leaders of the progressive forces, when we shall deliver a detailed battle plan for the next few months or years until we finally win back our country from the enemies of progress and economic. Let me start and repeat that because it's very important. It says, and states, I promise to address the nation soon after the meeting with the leaders of the progressive forces, when we shall deliver a detailed battle plan for the next few months or years until we finally win back our country from the enemies of progress and economic freedom, with the new apartheid regime of Steenhuisen and all his black sellout puppets led by Cyril Ramaphosa. Unity in action is the simple carrion call. We can no longer afford to be divided when the enemy is uniting against the people. For that reason, we wish to announce that after taking legal advice, Mkhonto Wesizwe will soon occupy its seat in the National Assembly. We shall continue to raise the issue of the rigged elections even inside the House, while at the same time we shall intensify the court actions and other constitutional methods outside. The protest will continue in other forms. There are many battles ahead, including a total overhaul of the currently biased voting system itself and the biased IEC. Together with the Progressive Caucus and the people, we must fight the sellout deal of the DA and their puppet Ramaphosa by any means necessary and within the law. There is no time to rest. Those of us, in the form of President Zuma, who are still members of the ANC, will continue in any space until those of us 16 December 1961. There comes a time in the life of any nation where there remains only two choices: to either submit or fight. I need to repeat that. There comes a time in the life of any nation where there remains only two choices. You either submit or you fight. That time has now come to South Africa, and that time is now. We shall not submit, and we have no choice but to hit back by all means within our power in defense of our future and our freedom. I thank you.
Let me allow the legal